Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back today for another iteration of the most popular series on my channel, and that is the tier list. Now, before we get into this one, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all you guys for the support on these videos. I've been in a little bit of like a rut over the last week. Just been having a bit of a tough time in multiple different areas, just life kind of kicking my butt lately. It's all good. But that I went, because I knew I needed to make this tier list, for the new month. And I went and looked what I do every time. I go to the previous tier list video and I read every comment. Now, on the last one, there was 468 comments. That's a lot. I think that's the most comments I've had on a tier list video. But not only that, the views on the previous tier list video, the last time I checked it, it was at like 80,000 views or something, which is a lot. That's a lot. And when I just checked it again, it was over 100K. It was like 113,000 views. Like, for me to get 100K views on a single video, that's very, very rare. I may have 100,000 subscribers now, but to get 100,000 views on a video, that does not happen. I can't remember the last video that did that well. So I just really want to say thank you guys, and it really kind of helped to uplift my spirits when I saw that. I'm just like, damn, like, okay, let's get cracking on the next one. So that's what I decided to do today. I've done so much work for this tier list today. I read through all 468 of those comments. I made so many changes. So let's get into some of the changes I made. I added some more emojis here. So we have a couple new icons, which the ones we already have is this needs awakened ability. And I had this icon and this icon on some champs, both of them on some champs, and just maybe one of them on some other champs. Some people were a little confused by that, so I just, if you see the high sig level, I just took away this. I did have a reason for it, but it gets a little confusing. So, yeah, if they need high sig level, assume they need to be awakened as well, I guess. But for example, like Hyperion now, he has this because Hyperion needs to be. You really want him awakened, but you don't need any sigs. Like sig 20, you're chilling. So. This emoji is Synergy Reliance, High Sig, Ninja Cat skills to play, the little hammer requires build up, the skull, Recoil Tree Resilience, Reliance, which is Suicide Masteries, Double Edge, Liquid Courage, and then we have some new icons. So here we have a shield. Now this is a very, very, very big change to the tier list as a whole. Instead of the tier list being an offensive tier list every month, I decided to just change that because it was kind of limiting me. And, I want my tier list to be all encapsulating of the game. It should take into account everything. And that's what I'm going to be trying to do going forward. So offense, defense, prestige, everything is going to have some sort of factor. If it's game related, it should be a factor, because this list, the purpose of making this list every month is for any player of any progression level, doesn't matter whether they're contender or paragon, they can look at this video if they have maybe a tough nexus choice, or they just pull a new champion and they can just pull up this list and see, oh, okay, that champion's pretty good, maybe I should rank that champion up, or if they have a couple champs, it can just kind of help make decisions. And that's just the point of this tier list, just to try to help you out a little bit. That's all. So yeah, This is going to really change the list. Some champions that are so defensive, for example, like Korg, he can finally go up some tiers because Korg is worth ranking now. Battlegrounds really puts, pressure on ranking defenders. It's actually worthwhile to do now. I actually like defensive champions now because there's a use for them. So I feel like that was a really, really big addition. Really glad we made that. And then so that's a big icon. This one's huge. The next two are very small. Not very many champions have this. Only 3 champions have this icon, which is RNG/luck involved. So I think I have that on Scarlet Witch, OG, Domino, and Hyperion. 3 champions that just, RNG is just really heavily involved when you're playing them, and there's nothing you can really do to get around that. So let me know if any other champions could use that. Those are just the 3 that really came to mind. Really, the reason why I made that icon was because of those 3 champs. And then this, it's just like a money sign emoji with the tongue out. For the top 5 prestige champions. So if there's only going to be 5 of these icons, going to each of the 5 highest prestige champions, because prestige does matter not to everyone, but if it's top 5, I think it's worth mentioning, and it's worth maybe a promotion if they're top 5 prestige. So those are the new emojis. That's the new intro. that's the disclaimers. Remember, this list is just a rough guide, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the list. Alright guys, so before we get into our first topic, which will be the two newest champions added to the game this year, Baron Zemo and Absorbing Man, we're going to talk about where they're placed, why, everything. But right before we do that, I just wanted to mention one other thing, and that's the colors. So there's a couple different colors on the tier list. You know, we have the base color for each class, and then a little bit of a brighter version for, you know, the Omnipotent tier because it's special. And then we have this color here. I'm not even sure what this is, like an orangey red. This just means there was a promotion. So a promotion going upwards. So we're going to talk about that promotion in the video. And then the only other one is this color here, which is kind of like a poopy brown color. That means a demotion. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into Baron Zemo and Absorbing Man. And we might as well start with Baron Zemo. So, oh yeah, and this blue hue is just for new champs that we're going to be talking about. Their first debut on the tier list, essentially. Okay, so Baron Zemo. He's making it into the Celestial tier. I like Zemo. I do. I think he is a solid champion. He's very simple to play, which was a very nice change of pace after Absorbing Man. I love Absorbing Man, but complex and really a lot going on. Zemo, you know, super simple, very basic, easy to understand, easy to play, and there's like no RNG involved, you know, with Zemo. With him, it's guaranteed. You know, he applies infinite bleeds, permanent bleeds. So you apply those bleeds, they're on there for the rest of the fight. This makes him excel in super long form content like Abyss, you know, Labyrinth, because those debuffs just last so long. It's bonkers. You know, I sold Abyss Invisible Woman with Zemo. It wasn't even that challenging. Like, for that type of content, he's crazy. Now, outside of that type of content, that's clearly where he shines. Is he still going to be good? I'm not entirely sure. He does have 3 emojis here, which the hammer for some build-up, because the bleeds are infinite, but they're small. So, you know, you need to stack a lot of them to really start doing damage. We do have the shield, because he does have defensive prowess. He seems like a pretty solid defender. Seems annoying, and also he just came out, so champions that also just come out are even better defensively, just because, you know, we haven't really learned how to fight them as well yet. And then also he's got the prestige sign, because he does make it into the top 5 prestige champions. So yeah, I think Zemo's a really solid addition to the game. I think he, you know, I don't know if firmly is the right word, but I think he safely lands in the Celestial tier. And yeah, I'm hyped for Zemo. I think he's got more than I really even know yet. I think there's more to learn about him. He's going to excel in matchups I wouldn't think about. Anywhere that there's a lot of debuffs being applied, that's, you know, he can shrug and then root his opponent. He's going to excel in any of those areas, but not too many debuffs as well, because, you know, once the opponent is rooted, then there's a phase where you can't be purifying any or cleansing any effects. So you need to be careful. You need to bring him to the right matchups. But in the right matchups, he's really going to slap. And I think Zemo is a solid addition to the game. Just that's just the thing with these champs that are, you know, built a little bit more for the long form content. The content is just not as relevant right now, until there's like a new level of Abyss. You know, then that type of content will become a lot more relevant. But for now, I think Celestial tier, Zemo lands here. And if you guys, let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. I base all my rankings and my changes on the tier list based on comments. So if you think Baron Zemo should be promoted or demoted, you gotta leave me a comment why. Or, you know, if you think this is a good spot for him, again, let me know, because this is our tier list. You know, over the course of this year, there's gonna be 10 more of these tier list videos, one every single month, and I need your guys' help to make it better and get it into a place where it's not my tier list, it's our channel tier list. So that's Zemo. Now let's go talk about Absorbing Man, because I really love Absorbing Man, and I have a lot more to say. So, Absorbing Man landing in the Omnipotent tier, the highest tier, triple S, worthy of being, you know, a rank 5, 6 star. He's that good. He is that good. Why is he that good? And why does he have these icons? So, Absorbing Man, you definitely want high sig with him. High sig is going to make him a lot easier to play. I originally had the Ninja Cat emoji here too, but I was just running out of room, and I already made this bigger. But I do think Absorbing Man takes skill to play as well. But if you have him at high sig or max sig, you know, there's more room for error, because having him at max sig, what that does is it lets his Omni forms last longer. Now, why that is so important is because when, you know, you refresh your forms, that's how you get these things called morph charges. Now, morph charges are going to make your damage just go through the roof. If you can, you know, get to a max amount, then you do a little 3-hit combo, you apply a bunch of vulnerability passives to your opponent, and you just do so much damage. But you need to get morph charges. So, you know, you can get morph charges if you're really skilled with Absorbing Man. I'm about to call him Omni-Man. With Absorbing Man, because you can pause his forms. But if you're not as skilled with him, you know, but you have high sig, then your forms last way longer, so you can still get charges. So, yeah, definitely you want to get Absorbing Man to as high a sig as you can. I'm saving a ton of sig stones for him right now. As soon as I pull him, I'm taking rank 4, sig 200. Now, he also has a shield, because he can definitely be a really, really solid defender. I faced this guy one time in Battlegrounds. I didn't really have a good counter, so I used Mephisto. I was throwing it around. And I was fighting him perfectly. You know, I was pushing his special ones, evading them. I knocked him down after the first special one, took him out of the form. Even fighting him perfectly, I didn't even make a dent with Mephisto. Didn't even make a slight dent. And I was playing good, you know? But it doesn't matter if you're playing good. You need to bring the correct counter to fight Absorbing Man. Because if you don't bring the right counter, you're really just not going to do anything to him. So he's definitely going to be a good defender. Plus, he's in the Mystic class, so he benefits from Mystic Dispersion. Honestly, hold on, I'll save that thought for 1 second. And then also we have the synergy icon, which Absorbing Man has some incredible synergies. He has a really nice synergy with Titania. He gives her bleed immunity. He has a really nice synergy with Eye-Hulk and Immortal Abomination, which gives him poison immunity. Like, some really, really, really incredible synergy with Absorbing Man that actually give immunities, which I don't think we've seen before. So he's the first champ, I think, to bring immunity through synergies in the game, which is really, really neat. DLL, YouTuber in the community that became a Kabam employee. This was his first champion he designed. He knocked it out of the park. He might have knocked it out of the park and hit a car, though, because could Absorbing Man be tuned down? Yes. I think for the first time ever, I think there is a realistic possibility that Absorbing Man does get tuned down. No, some people thought Gallon would. I didn't think Gallon would get tuned down because he's supposed to be a playable Galactus, you know? He's supposed to be that strong. And Gallon did not get tuned down, just like I thought. But Absorbing Man, you know, Absorbing Man is no Galactus. He's not. He's a street level, maybe higher than street level. But, you know, he's not, like, crazy. And the way he's performing in MCOC right now is crazy. On defense, offense, all kinds of stuff. I think Absorbing Man should be tuned down a little bit on defense, personally, because the main way to counter him is, you know, is to knock him down after a special attack. That takes him out of his form. But then, you know, you do that, and then he throws another special, boom, he's back in it. And with Mystic Dispersion, the specials, like, it's ridiculous. So I think he could be tuned down a little bit on the defensive side of things. I think it's very difficult to fight him right now, maybe a little too difficult. And on the offensive side of things, I don't know, man. He's so powerful. He has two main forms, one being an energy resistance form and one being a physical resistance form. And the potency on these forms are well over 8,000, which is about 80% resistance to physical damage or energy damage. Now, that is a lot. That is so much. To put that into perspective, Guardian, one of the most utility-filled champions in the game, requires 200 signature stones to obtain a level of 8,000, 80%, being 80% energy resistance. You know, it takes a big signature stone investment to get it. Absorbing Man, you just have it. You can just select that form before any fight, boom, 8,000 energy resistance. Oh, you need physical resistance? Select that form. Okay, boom, 8,000 physical resistance. You know, whatever you need. The immunities that he has in each of his forms, in his physical form, he has immunity to shock and bleed. In his energy form, he is immune to Incinerate, Cold Snap, Frostbite, and with that, all that energy resistance, even if he gets like a shock on him, he's going to be healing from willpower. So, Absorbing Man is just absolutely absurd. That's why I want him so bad. I've saved up 300,000 shards to try to get him on day one. He's going to be the next featured. And yeah, I think he is the first champ that we could see get tuned down a bit. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to be nerfed into the ground and he's going to suck, but some of his values, I think, could come down a little. And like I said, I think this is the first champion that will receive some type of tone downment. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'd say I'm 69% sure on that. It's just a guess. It's just what I'm thinking. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And that's Absorbing Man. Spent a lot of time talking about him, but I think he is that good. Really love him. That's why he's in this tier. And as he is right now, yeah, 100% worth rank 5. But there is the chance that he gets tuned down. I think I would still rank 5 him, though. Honestly, I would. Because, like I said, worst case scenario, he does get tuned down. I think he's still going to be insanely powerful. Insanely powerful. But okay. Let's go ahead now to talk about the Mystic class. Alright, guys. So the Mystic class as a whole, I think definitely received the most promotions. And that makes sense because the Mystic class is one of the most offensive classes in the game because of the Mystic Dispersion Mastery. So, with incorporating the new defensive elements of this tier list, we saw many promotions. So, Man-Thing, Mephisto, America Chavez, Ebony Maw, and Mangog all got promoted up to God tier. So, all of these champions, I think, are tremendous battleground defenders. All easily worth taking to a rank 3 level for battlegrounds just for defensive purposes alone. I have Man-Thing, Mephisto, Ebony Maw, all at rank 3. I don't have her or Mangog up, but it's just because, I already have a lot of Mystic Defenders. I don't need too many, but I think they definitely are worth it. And that's just their defensive capability alone. America Chavez is getting a tune-up, so we could potentially see her even move to the Celestial tier, or even higher. I don't know. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but this rank up, or this promotion was mainly for defensive purposes, and so that's not counting her buff yet. And Mangog, I've also been hearing good things about Mangog, especially with some synergies, so gave him that icon. And then we had some bigger Mystic rank ups. So we got Sasquatch, Longshot, Wong, and Mojo all going to the Celestial tier. Now, the only problem I foresee here is that, so I'm going to try to explain. Not all these champions are here just because of defensive reasons. Some are for defensive, some are for offensive, and I don't really have a good way to differentiate that just by looking at it. So I might have to figure that out. But I'm just going to try to explain myself here. So Mojo, I think Mojo is really good at both defensive and offensive capabilities. I think he's got both really going on. You definitely want max sig with Mojo though, because you just make a fury that you get way stronger. He's definitely a really good defender, and he definitely does require some build up. But I've just been seeing so much amazing stuff from Mojo lately in Battlegrounds. Really impressed with Mojo. Wongers. Okay, Wongers. He got a promotion. Wongers is good. I've always liked Wongers. The problem with him is that I just don't know where I would use him over other Mystics. That's my main problem with Wong. It's not at all that he's bad. He does good stuff. He does cool stuff. It's just there's nothing that I can really think of that he does the best opposed to other Mystics, But Wong is also he's a good attacker. I'm just not really sure where I'd use him, but he is good. He's got a lot of stuff going on. But now, including the defensive element, Wong is a phenomenal defender, bro. He is really good on defense because he benefits from Mystic Dispersion, and if he throws a heavy attack, he's just going to gain power, go unstoppable. He's going to mess you up. So, Wongers, yeah, with the defensive and offensive side of Wongers, he makes it into this tier no problem. Longshot. Bro, I'm going to have a Longshot video coming for you guys, showing why he was the absolute MVP of the final meta for the Gladiator circuit of the previous season of Battlegrounds. Power Shield. Longshot. Video coming on that soon, and you'll see the power of Longshot. My eyes have been opened. Longshot is so incredible. So incredible. He deserves this tier, plus he also has defensive capabilities. Longshot can just melt people. One mistake against Longshot, boom, there goes your health bar. And you're just like, what just happened? I have seen it happen in Alliance War, in Battlegrounds. It can happen. So Longshot gets the Celestial tier. Then we have Sasquatch. Now, I have heard a lot of good things about Sasquatch on attack. Okay? But I did this rank up solely based off Sasquatch's defensive prowess, personally. And this is coming from a guy who has a rank 4 Sasquatch, okay? I took Sasquatch to rank 4 months ago because of two things. Mainly just one thing. Well, one of the things being he's a good defender, but the second thing being he has the biggest health pool in the game. Having the biggest health pool in the game in and of itself is a massive flex. Massive flex, okay? That is... And having that on an already very defensive champion... it's beautiful. Beautiful. Sasquatch is so good. I took him to rank 4 for those reasons. And I promoted him because of how good he's been for me on defense. Just so phenomenal. The other thing actually about Sasquatch, maybe I should put the luck sign here. You know what? I'm going to. Because with Sasquatch, fighting him, it comes down to luck. And that's what I think can really make him a good defender as well. Because there's elements to the fight that you cannot control. And if there's elements that you cannot control, you can just get screwed. Now, what do I mean by that? Sasquatch has a mode called the Wrath of Tanarak that he goes into after he gets a certain amount of rage charges. And it's random. It's random. Sometimes he'll go into Wrath at 6 charges, sometimes 7, sometimes 8, sometimes 10, sometimes 12. You don't know. It's just RNG. And for each of those charges that he builds, I believe it's 5% damage reduction from all sources. From every single source in the game. The damage is reduced. So he gets to a point where he could just not trigger Wrath of Tanarak. He could just not trigger. It could be prolonged. And he just keeps building all these charges. And he just keeps lowering your overall damage output to make the fight super slow. And again, biggest health pool in the game. So I think Sasquatch is just an absolute tremendous defender. I'd put him in the Celestial tier just for his defensive prowess alone, personally. And again, on top of all of that, he's actually a pretty solid attacker. Myself, I have not really used him on attack. Maybe I should more. I definitely should more. But that's why I put Sasquatch here. He has just been an absolute god for me on defense in Battlegrounds. And then we have two final promotions in the Mystic class. And that is Diablo and Black Widow Clairvoyance, being promoted to the highest tier in the game, Triple S, Omnipotent tier, whole rank 5 worthy thing. And yeah, so Diablo is nuts. The guy can regen and can be basically unkillable at rank 4. And then to have that at a rank 5 level, my goodness. Again, personally, don't have a ton of experience with Diablo, but from what I've heard, what I've seen, very impressed. And if you run the Suicide or Recoil Masteries on a daily basis, I think it makes sense to take these champions up. Now, I had a couple comments, people saying that, Clairvoyant doesn't need the recoils, the Suicides, and a couple other comments as well saying that about Hercules. Now, no champion needs it. Every champion in the game can be played without it, but there's certain champions that you just don't want to play without it. And Claire 100% is that for me, and so is Hercules. Like, I use Hercules every day in AQ, regardless of if I have Suicides or not. But there is such a stark comparison of using these champions without Suicide Masteries and using them with. And so the emoji is worth, because it just takes them to a whole nother level when you put those masteries on them. Yes, you can play them without it, but it enhances them so much to the point where I don't even want to play them. I don't want to, unless I'm running those masteries. And so if you're a Suicide runner, like, these rank 5 really make a lot of sense, and I could totally see it. And of course, we already had Doom, Rincher, and Tiger here, just holding down this tier. And so that's the Mystic class, guys. A lot of promotions. Especially with the defensive element being incorporated. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree? Do you disagree with these promotions? No demotions in the Mystic class. I think we only had 2 demotions on the list as a whole. But yeah, that's the Mystic class. Now let's go ahead and go to the Mutant class. Alright guys, moving on to the Mutant class. Now, I apologize, on the last video, I had it like this. I had it scrolled a little funny. So like the top row of champs were missing. So a lot of comments were like, yo, where's Iceman? He was there. It was just scrolled improperly. So I'll make sure to not do that again. But okay, so Mutant class. Let's start from the bottom and work our way up. So we had a few promotions here. We got Mr. Sinister, Nightcrawler, and Red Deadpool. So Mr. Sinister and Nightcrawler obviously being promoted for their defensive prowess. Now with that being incorporated into the list, neither are like top mutant defenders, but they're not bad. Nightcrawler is one of the OG evade champs, annoying to fight. And then Mr. Sinister, in the right circumstances, he can be a really, really good defender. Like, for example, in the crit me with your best shot meta, that's when I took my Mr. Sinister up. because he heals like crit damage absurdly. So, solid defenders, Nightcrawler and Sinister, I'd say. Not God tier, not Celestial, not Omnipotent tier, but, they're solid defenders. And then with Red Deadpool, bumped him up. Someone had a comment about him saying his regen. I'm like, yeah, with his regen, I guess he's better than these clowns, so solid tier. But like Red Deadpool, he's so outdated these days. Literally, all he has is regen going for him and nothing else. It's kind of sad that like OG Red Deadpool isn't nearly as good as he should be. But I digress. Moving on to the God tier, we have some more defensive promotions. So that's Emma Frost and Sauron. Sauron, definitely a better defender than Emma Frost, but I think Emma Frost is definitely a better attacker than Sauron. So, it kind of evens them out here, landing in that God tier spot. Sauron's not a bad attacker by any means. He can do some cool stuff. And Emma Frost's not a bad defender by any means. She can be annoying. So let's move on to the Celestial tier. We have some of my favorite champions here we can talk about. So that's Weapon Flex, man. The big Weapon Flex. I love this guy. Got him from 6.2 and 6.3 Legend runs. Initially, just such a beast. Really underrated attacker, I'd say. He's not easy to play because you can stack his bleeds infinitely, technically, kind of like Baron Zemo, but you need to keep refreshing them with heavy attacks or they fall off. So it's feasible. It's definitely not easy. But yeah, he's pretty underrated on attack. I've used him in some critical scenarios as an attacker in Battlegrounds, and he's clutched up for me. And then we also have a Colossus promotion. So Colossus, man, I have found an entire new respect for this guy. I've memed on Colossus. Basically Colossus sucked for a very, very long time. Seaton Man of Legends came up with a meme. You may have heard of this. Send a Colossus his way. Because basically, Seaton was on the phone. I think he was like either with the CEO or being the CEO of Kabam, and he's like, send a Colossus his way, because Colossus used to suck. Then he got a nice buff, a really nice buff, and I really like Colossus. I was on Colossus early. You can look at my video playing him in Act 6. It was before like anyone else really made a lot of content on him. And I was having fun, and I was just tearing it up with Colossus, and I liked him. But as time went on, more mutants got buffed, better mutants came out. I just kind of stopped thinking about Colossus. But he's still a beast, and this last season of Alliance War, with the unsteady ground tactic, been using Colossus again at a rank 3 level in Alliance War, where there's rank 5s now, and Colossus just crushed it. I had this stupid Void fight that I died to twice with Hulkling and Valkyrie in different wars, and then I was assigned it again. I was dreading it, and I was assigned it with a rank 3 Colossus. And I had already died using my powerful rank 4 champions. And Colossus just crushed it, because he's such a beast. So Colossus, man, he's getting the recognition he deserves. Ended up in the Celestial tier. He does have the synergy icon as well, because he's got some really, really crazy synergy teams. You can do a lot of stuff with Colossus. But his base form, he's solid. So that's Colossus. And then we had a bunch of mutant promotions. So Archangel, Omega Red, Red Magneto, and Apocalypse. All of these champions, like these are the best mutants. These are the 5 best mutants, in my opinion. Like not even close. There's no other mutant I would even consider to be in this tier except for Domino. But that's for mainly defensive reasons. I was seriously thinking about putting Domino in this tier. Again, mainly for the defensive reason. You know what? I think we probably just should. I think we should. Let me know what you guys think about that. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. And let's fix this up. There we go. There. Looks nice and good. Okay, so yeah, Domino, I ranked her up. Because, again, this is mainly for defensive potential. But the reason I did this is because, if I got a Mutant 4 to 5 gem, if I actually got one from the Korean Challenges Volume 3, there's only 2 champions that really came to mind for me. I think Kitty Pryde is the best mutant, but for my own reasons, I don't want to rank 5 her because she was my first rank 4. I just want different champs ranked up. So it was between Archangel and Domino. If I got a rank 5 gem, it was going to be one of those 2, because Archangel is basically the biggest nuke in the game. If he can get the neurotoxins going, the damage is just insane, and he's turning off all the abilities, and he's just nuking it. He's nuking it. And then Domino, top 2 best defenders in the game. I'd say, yeah. I think it's her and Korg. Her and Korg are 1 and 2. I don't know which one's number 1 and which one's number 2, but I think those are the 2 best defenders in all of MCOC. So I think for that reason, you know, Domino makes it into this tier. She does have the luck emoji as well. She's like the most luck-based character in comics anyway, so it's very fitting for her. Definitely want high sig, and she does have some crazy synergies for offense. So yeah, I think Domino makes it here. Let me know what you guys think about that. Of course, Apocalypse, Big Daddy APOC, you know, he's the godfather of the mutant class. And yeah, I think Apocalypse is sick. I rank 5 Apocalypse would be dope, man. It really would. I think I'm coming around more and more on Apocalypse as time goes on. I still think Kitty's the best mutant easily, but I am liking Apocalypse a lot more lately. And Red Magneto, you know, best metal counter in the game, which is like 1/3 of the game are metal champs, so that's pretty good. And Omega Red, just insane damage output and really reliable and hard to counter damage output that Omega Red can do, which is why I like him so much. And yeah, that's the mutant class. Did a live promotion here. All right, let's go. That was a lot faster than the Mystic class. Actually, not even that much faster. But all right, let's go ahead and move on to science. Okay, guys, back for some science, and here we have one of our first emotions. That's Captain America: Infinity War. Now, I know a lot of people love this guy. I feel like I'm definitely gonna get some comments being like, "Dude, what are you talking about?" But dude, honestly, I think Captain America is outdated. I really do. In the current state of the game, I think he's very outdated. And my big problem I have with him is he's just not very good for Battlegrounds. And it's not really his fault. It's the way he was designed. Which the way Captain America is designed is, you know, to be a team leader. To have multiple different class types on your team to boost him. You know, that's his entire signature ability. An unawakened Captain America, like Captain America's signature ability is irregardless in Battlegrounds. Irregardless. Yeah, I said that. Not regardless. I said irregardless. Like it doesn't matter if you're awakened or not for Battlegrounds, because you have no benefit from that. You can't have teammates in Battlegrounds. So that's my big gripe with Captain America: Infinity War. You know, his unstoppable nullification. The first problem with that is that it's a nullify. It's a nullify, so it won't work against like Thing, because he's immune to nullify. And it only works for unstoppable buffs, you know, not passives, which we're seeing more and more of. Even the champion below him has unstoppable passives. I just think Captain America is very outdated, and I just don't see the hype. I really don't. In the current state of the game, 2023, I don't think he's above God tier. I really don't. So, demoted him. That's a hard one, and I know I'm going to get flack for it, but that's just honestly the way I feel. I have an unawakened Captain America right now, and I'm fine with that. I have no intention of taking him up or using him at all, to be totally honest. So, Electro, MODOK, these guys were slumming it in the bottom tiers, but with the defensive element incorporated, they get the promotion to the solid tier. You know, MODOK's a really solid defender. He's just crap on attacks. Same with Electro. I say Electro's a bit of a lesser defender than MODOK. Electro's just, his whole thing is just annoying damage back. But, you know, as long as you can counter it, he's nothing. But he still does kind of force a counter, so that puts him here. And then we had some big promotions. So we had some big promotions from the God tier to the Celestial tier, and that's 3 champions: Titania, Thing, and Void. So we'll talk about each of these. Let's start with Void first. So Void, taking advantage of the defensive element. Dude, Void is a really good defender, and I think that's something that a lot of people forget. Void is a really good defender. I honestly might rank for him, just so that, you know, I can place him on defense, catch people. I might. I think he's that good, and I really like Void on attack too. I do. Void is a beast. And with the incorporation of the defensive element, I think he deserves this tier. Same for Thing. You know, Thing, I would say, is a top 5 best defender in the game. Plus, you know, he is useful on attack. We should definitely get the synergy icon for Thing. That's definitely something we need. Because Thing also has one of the most ridiculous synergy teams in all of MCOC. Put him with the champion and Heimdall and a healing synergy. And I think the last one doesn't matter. And you basically go down to 1%. you trigger a passive indestructible, you get hit a bunch. For each of those hits, you get a passive fury, and you just hit like a freight train. I know a guy, Clobber Time. He loves Thing. That's like his guy. He cleared so much content in this game just using I think he called it the Thingergy team. For Thing Synergy. Thingergy team, I think is what it's called. It is an absurd team. It is an absurd team. But yeah, you get Thing to max sig level. He can get full protection. If you have 20 rock stacks and at sig 200, you get 80% base from the sig ability, and then 1% for each rock stack. Plus, he also has a synergy with Man Thing that lets his lets his rock stacks stay at 20, which normally they cap at 15 and they can go above, but then they expire and turn into Furies. But with Man Thing, you can keep that at 20. So you can get to 20 rock stacks, stay there, and every time you activate protection, you're lowering the damage you take by 100%. That is 100% damage mitigation. Pretty crazy stuff that thing can do, man. It's pretty crazy. And on top of all of that, he's got a laundry list of immunities. Immune to Nullify, Fate Seal, Stagger, Bleed, Armor Break, Shock. Just so many. And on top of everything, he is a really good defender. A really good defender. One of the absolute best. I think Korg and Domino are more annoying to fight than Thing, but Thing has a way of, kind of drawing fights out longer, which, depending on the scenario, can be even more useful in Battlegrounds, which I've used my rank 4 Sig 200 Thing a lot on defense in Battlegrounds, and he has won me many matches, just buying me enough time, the time that I need to win. And then we have a Titania promotion. So, man, Titania, I should also incorporate the defensive element there on her too, because that was one of the reasons why I took Titania up to rank 4, Sig 200. She is really good. So we got two emojis here, the shield and the Ninja Cat, which she does take some skill to play, because she has one of the most unique abilities in the game via her haymakers, which is anytime you perform a medium dash or a heavy attack when they're active, and you get 3 passive effects. The best triple threat combination you could ask for: unstoppable, unblockable, and indestructible. So you can basically just do whatever you want while you have those haymakers active. Whatever you want, and which in and of itself makes her difficult to play, which is what I found, because the AI responds weirdly when you play weirdly, which is what I was doing. When I'm unstoppable, indestructible, and unblockable, I feel like I can just throw out whatever attacks I want. So, I was throwing heavies at weird times, but doing that makes the AI play weird. So you need to learn how to play Titania to then learn how the AI will respond through that weird play style. But once you learn that, once you understand how to play her, the timing with the AI, I'm still learning. But so I do think she has a fairly high skill cap. But once you learn that, she's going to be able to do so many things. You can tank, for example, you can tank special 3s, get your opponent super close special 3, wait for the haymaker, boom. You just activate the haymaker, push him special 3, and then boom. There's 3 bars of power, you're indestructible, you take no damage. There's so many different things you can do with her. And then on top of all that, she gets the shield because she actually has the I think it's the 13th biggest health pool in the game, but it is the biggest female health pool in the game. And again, she can just go unstoppable, unblockable, and indestructible. That can be very annoying on defense. I have to. My AQ path actually got updated, so I have to fight her every day in AQ now, and it's annoying. It's annoying. It's counterable, but it is annoying. And you can really notice the health pool. It can be a bit of a slog when you're fighting her. So yeah, Titania, I think she's incredible. I think she definitely got a bit overshined by some other science champions last year, but I think she deserves a celestial tier spot. And I think she's incredible, and I'm really happy with my rank 4 Titania. And then we had only 2 promotions that were in the celestial tier to the omnipotent tier, and that's Human Torch and Overseer. So there are some other champs that I think could be in here. I was thinking about iBomb and Spot a little bit. I think next month I'll really be able to determine where Spot should go after hopefully I get him from the featured, and there's a lot of other people. I'm sure there'll be so much more gameplay on Spot next month, and all the champs in the featured. So all those champs could really change for the next tier list, because I'm going to see a lot more of them and get much more accurate reading on how they are performing in the current meta of the game. But yes, and Spidey99 as well. You know, he's a consideration. But I decided to only promote Torch and Overseer because Human Torch, we all know Torch. If it's Mystic, they're melted. If you have the Flame on, the pre-fight, they're melted. You know, that's just what Torch does. You know, he's insane, and no one's immune to those Nova Flames. No one loves Human Torch more than me, man. I was so big on this guy when he came out, when the entire community thought he was bad. I took him to rank 4 before anyone I know, which is kind of even regretted doing. A little bit, but, well, mainly the SIGs. Taking him to SIG 200, that's what I regretted. Because his SIG ability is basically useless. But, man, I love Human Torch. I really do. The reason why he wasn't in this tier before is just because, I did rank 4 my Human Torch, and I learned a lesson. I wouldn't rank 5 him. And, definitely not right away. Definitely not right away, but he does deserve this tier because he is that good. And then we have Overseer. Dude, Overseer, this guy should probably win the award for one of the most underrated releases. And it's criminal. It's criminal. Overseer is still underrated today. People see comments occasionally. It's rare. It's a lot rarer these days, but I do still see it. Like, Overseer, why is he up there? Why is Overseer with those other champions? Like, dude, try him. Try Overseer out for yourself. He has some solid base immunities. He is immune to Nullify, which is a very, very powerful immunity. One of my favorite immunities in the game. So immunity to Nullify, which is sick. He actually has an immunity to Neutralize as well through a synergy. Actually, I should incorporate the synergy icon, because that is a very unique synergy to become immune to Neutralize. But yeah, Overseer, basically, when you're playing him, you don't really see the big yellow numbers with him. And I think that's a big part of why he's so underrated. You see big red numbers with Overseer. You basically just build your gamma charges, which is very easy to do. You get one for every time your opponent crosses a bar of power. And he's Science. And what is that good for countering? Mystics. What do Mystics have? Mystic Dispersion. What does that give them? A lot of power. More power, more gamma. More gamma, faster you get into your cosmic output mode, and then your damage just starts going nuts. So, like, Overseer, man, look up the channel Brendan McGuire, BMcG, MCOC on YouTube. He has so many Overseer videos. You'll see the hype about Overseer. This dude is so good. I definitely want to take Overseer to rank 4. You definitely want him awakened, and he does benefit from high SIG, but my Overseer right now, he's like only SIG 20, and he's crushing it, man. At a rank 3 level, he's crushing it. I love Overseer, honestly. One of my favorite champs in the game. Just playable maestro. He's just so cool. He's got so much drip. Love Overseer, man. Wow, we talked a lot about Science. I love Science. All right, let's go ahead and move on to tech. All right, guys, into the tech class. So, start at the bottom. Psycho Man. I have one comment requested the Psycho Man upgrade, so I'm like, all right. He can go from trash tier to outdated tier, sure. Moving on, we got some God tier promotions. So we got Punisher 2099. This promotion is keeping in mind Collar Tech. With the Collar Tech Mastery, which is quite rare. He is just crazy levels of power control. And then we have Darkhawk and Iron Man Infinity War being promoted primarily because of their defensive prowess. Both these champions are really solid tech defenders. The problem nowadays with tech defenders is that the Cosmic Class is very powerful and very good at countering them. That is the real issue with tech defenders these days. They used to be so much better, before the Cosmic Class was so stacked. Now it's tough for them. But yeah, Darkhawk, especially SIG 200, he's a beast. I recently took my Darkhawk to rank 3, might rank 4. I don't know. Darkhawk's pretty underrated. Again, another very underrated champion. And Iron Man did just get an offensive buff. I'm not entirely sure what the buff was for him. I haven't played with it at all either, so I'm not entirely sure on the offensive side of things with Infinity Man. I know there are some fans of him offensively out there. I'm definitely not one of them. I have him at rank 3. That was just defensive rank up. But maybe I should give him more of a try on offense. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. And then we have, this promotion felt so good to do. We took Stark Spidey Celestial Tier. The OG Stark Spidey. It's got the hammer because he requires 10 dexterities to fully build up. And then you just hit like an absolute unit. Stark Spidey. Got the auto evade utility. Got a little bit of power control on the heavy attack. It's got the taunt. She's my favorite champion in the game. I wouldn't be here making this tier list today if not for this champion. So gotta show him the respect he deserves. Then we have Hulkbuster, but we do have the Ninja Cat with Hulkbuster because Hulkbuster has a big problem, and that is his heavy attack, the uppercut that he does. It goes like this, whereas other champs, go like this. They have a lot more reach. So the fact that he just has just a little uppercut, no reach, it's a little tricky to play Hulkbuster. It's a little tricky to play him. You need to practice the spacing when playing him. You need to fully understand when your heavy will and will not connect. And once you learn that, Hulkbuster will be a lot easier to play. Now, I myself need to learn as well. I need to practice because I struggle with the spacing as well, okay? But you can learn. You can practice. Go look at Swidia's channel. He is a beast with Hulkbuster. And then we have some big promotions. So Ghost, I don't think Ghost is the best champion in the game anymore. If we're talking, full team of synergies, maybe. But best champion in the game, just base level, that's Hercules, if you ask me. Ghost is still a monster. She is an absolute monster. Now, I would not rank 5 Ghost. Full disclosure, I would not do it. In the latest Battlegrounds meta, a rank 3 Ghost for the last 2 metas was just as good as a rank 5 would be. I was finishing fights in 1 special 2. So, whether that's rank 3 or rank 5, if 1 special 2 is killing, I don't know. I would not rank 5 Ghost, but I definitely do think she is that good. She's definitely as good, if not better, than all the other tech champs here. Ghost is insane. I'm not trying to say Ghost is bad. Not actually. But I just would not rank 5 her. I would maybe rank 4 her now. That rank 4 materials are becoming a lot more available. But even still, there's a lot of other champions that I would much rather take to rank 4 that are really need, the extra levels and power that taking them up a rank would give. Whereas Ghost, my rank 3 is killing in 1 special 2 in certain metas and certain matchups. Like, she's good as is. Because she's that good. Ghost is just that good. Then we have Omega Sentinel. Now, Omega Sentinel, she's really good. I personally, man, I just don't really enjoy playing her anymore. I don't love her playstyle. I really don't. That's why playing Nimrod is just so much easier. And, you really don't have to think. With Omega Sentinel, it can just be kind of stressful. And in an area like, Alliance War or Battlegrounds, I don't want stressful. I want simple. So, if you really like Omega Sentinel, I could totally see her being rank 5 worthy. She has immunity to nullify, which is, again, one of the best immunities in the game. That's really, really powerful. That's something she really has really nice going on. She has so much utility via her debuffs. She can counter healing with her heal block. She can counter miss with her tracking. And she can counter a lot of mutants with her prowess. With her cowardice, which counters prowess. She is so good. She is really, really good. Honestly, I'm just kind of sick of playing her and don't really enjoy her as much anymore. So personally, I would not rank 5 Omega Sentinel. She also does have high prestige, but it's not top 5. Not anymore. I think she was number 5 when she came out, but she's just been getting pushed down the totem pole. Then we have Penny Parker, who I think is worthy of rank 5 because she's really good both ways. She is a really solid attacker, and she is a really, really annoying defender. Especially if, you don't have a Cosmic Champion or a Valkyrie. She can really suck to fight. But again, that's the problem with these tech defenders is that so many good Cosmic counters. Especially to Penny with, Hulkling, Gallon, Gore. So many of the new Cosmics just destroying her. But I do think she is worth rank 5. Penny is that good. Because she's good on offense and defense, which I really like. And then we have Iron Doom, infamous Iron Man, the prestige god himself. He has the absolute highest prestige in the game. So I think he makes a lot of sense for rank 5. He's also really good. He is really good. He's immune to, I believe, shock and incinerate debuffs. As long as his armor is active. He has really solid power control. Best bishop counter in the game. So yeah, like if I had gotten a Tech 4 to 5 gem, I think this guy is who I would have ranked 5'd. It would have been him or Nimrod, and I think I would have went for him. So yeah, I do think he is worth rank 5. He's worth this tier, and it makes sense, especially if you're chasing prestige. Not everyone is, but it is worth mentioning because he is the prestige god. That is the tech class. Let's go ahead and move on to skill. Okay, guys, final stretch. 2 classes left. Let's start talking skill. So we had a Winter Soldier upgrade. Again, someone just made a comment. I'm like, yeah, I guess Winter Soldier's not that bad. So I moved him up a tier. And then we have Mantis here, who I ranked down a tier. Again, I said only 2 demotions on this list. Mantis, Captain America. Going from the Celestial tier to God tier. So I just think I made that decision a little bit too prematurely with Mantis. And again, you know, once the next feature comes out, she's going to be in there. I'll be able to get a much more accurate reading on where she is in the current meta of the game. And especially if I can get her myself. Can test her at a rank 3 level in Battlegrounds, really see what I feel, and I'd be able to make a much better choice. But if you guys could help me on this one with Mantis, I'd really appreciate it. Let me know where you guys think she belongs. But yeah, I feel like we'll be able to gauge it a lot better next month. So we'll definitely be coming back to Mantis, reassessing her situation. And then we have Korg. So Korg in the Celestial tier. Honestly, man, Korg could even go here, but no, I don't. The reason Domino made it there is because, you know, Domino is still good on attack. With or without synergies, you know, she can still hit pretty hard, especially if you're lucky. If you get lucky. But Korg, you need a full synergy team for this guy to be doing damage. So yeah, even if I had a 4 to 5 skill gem, I thought about it, but I was like, nah, there's no way I'd do Korg. There's no way. There's no way. But I think Korg does belong here. Celestial tier, just on his defensive abilities alone. He's just that good of a defender. Again, like I said, top 2, him and Domino, 1 and 2. I don't know which is 1, which is 2, but those are the 2 best defenders in the game, in my opinion, from my experience and all my time in Battlegrounds. And yeah, we already talked about Zemo. And then Stealth Spidey. So he got a promotion because he slaps. He's Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. Love Stealth Spidey. Some people think I don't like him. Or, like, some people think, like, just because I don't play champs, that, like, I don't like them. And it's like, dude, that's not the case. Sometimes I really do hate champs that I don't play. But, like, Stealth Spidey, dude, I was so excited when this guy came out. I used to play him so much, bro. I love Stealth Spidey. Bro, I had over a 1,500 hit combo in Abyss with Stealth Spidey. That was more than 30 minutes in a fight using him. If I didn't enjoy him, if I didn't like him, I wouldn't be doing that kind of stuff. I love this guy. I really do. And the Scorpion synergy is nutty on him. And then we had the Shang-Chi promotion. So, a lot of comments talking about Shang-Chi. And I do think Shang-Chi is, you know, as good as these champions on attack. You know, the problem with Shang-Chi is just that he's nothing on defense. He's nothing on defense. You know, nothing. The special one is like the easiest thing in the game to avoid. It's just a little kick that one dex gets you away from. I don't like that. I don't like when a champion has like 0 defensive prowess. You know, that bugs me. You know, I don't want to, especially for the highest ranks. You know, I want that champion to at least like if I throw them down, you know, they'll at least stall the opponent a little bit. You know, but Shang-Chi makes it here because he's that good offensively alone. For his offensive prowess alone, he makes it into this tier because he is that good. I've never once said Shang-Chi was bad, dude. Never once did I say that. Never once did I think that. I love Shang-Chi, honestly. I really do. One of my favorite characters to actually play. I think he has just a beautifully built kit, and I really love the way his wushu strikes work and the combos that you do with him. I absolutely love it, and I don't even think he takes that much skill to play either. You just kind of got to learn what the combos do. And there's so much that you can do with him. I really love Shang-Chi. I really do. And I think he deserves his tier. Personally, I definitely would not rank 5 him, though, just because of that reason. Him not being really any good on defense. But for his offensive prowess, yeah, he makes it here. That's skill. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Cosmic. All right, guys, home stretch. On to the Cosmic class, my favorite class in the game. So we've had a couple defensive promotions here. So we have Nova and Annihilus. You know, both actually have been buffed. Both are still pretty underwhelming on attack after their buff. But not horrible. You know, not horrible. they can do some decent damage, on attack when you play them correctly. But really, this promotion is because of their defensive prowess. Both of these guys are pretty solid defenders. Both of them. Pretty solid defenders. They can give you trouble. They can both really give you trouble, especially in the right circumstances, the right nodes. Both are great defenders. I do have Nova at rank 3. I do not have an Annihilus at rank 3. But I should. Probably should. Alright, let's keep moving. So then we have Silver Surfer. This promotion was a prestige promotion. Solely a prestige promotion. Silver Surfer has the second highest prestige in the game, the old prestige god. And he's not like a bad champion by any means, but he's definitely not the caliber of champion that Silver Surfer should be. I think that's the best way to describe him. But for the prestige reasons, he gets the promotion to the Celestial tier. And I mean, he was in God tier before, so he's not. I'm not saying he's bad. He's good, and especially in the right hands, people that really know how to play Surfer. I've seen some good stuff. I ban Surfer fairly often, especially in the last meta, because he does have easy access to armor breaks and stuff. So I do think Silver Surfer is a powerful champion, and for that prestige, he gets the Celestial tier promotion. And then we have Arcus, Vision Arcus, and Terrax here getting promoted as well. Now, these are two champions that I actually really enjoy offensively. I think Arcus, another very underrated champion, and I don't know why, because I think of Arcus as a new and improved, better version of Medusa. Personally, that's the vibe I got when Arcus came out. When Arcus came out, man, I made a video soloing a ton of different robot bosses in the game. He was just destroying them, man, at a low level too. He was just wrecking stuff. I really like Vision Arcus. I'm a really big fan of his character. I had him unawakened for the longest time. I've been opening Cosmic 6-star Nexus crystals, try to get him awakened. Terrax as well. These are the two Cosmic champs I have unawakened that I'd really like to get and rank up. Terrax, he got buffed. Terrax used to suck. He used to be pretty bad, but he got buffed, and now he is much better offensively. I actually enjoy playing him. He can do some cool stuff, and he is a really, really solid attacker for the most part. He kind of forces a counter, or they're going to be taking a lot of damage, or some unavoidable damage at least. So yeah, Terrax, I like him, and hope I dupe him and Arcus. Then we have the two big promotions here, and that is Cosmic Ghost Rider and Hyperion. Now, I saw some comments saying that Cosmic Ghost Rider better than Null. I saw that. I don't know if I definitely saw that. And I definitely don't think that. I definitely think these 4 Cosmic Champions are the best 4 Cosmic Champions in the game. And no one can change my mind on that. No one can change my mind. I have all 4 of these Cosmic Champs at rank 4. And I've played them so much. No one's changing my mind that these are the 4 best. You can think whatever you want to think. But I'm just saying, you cannot change my mind on that. You won't. It won't happen. No matter what you say. But I do think Cosmic Ghost Rider and Hyperion should still be considered in the same tier. For sure. Cosmic Ghost Rider and Hyperion are really good, and I think better than all of these Cosmic Champs. So they definitely deserve to be here. I just think, these 4 are better. And I also wouldn't really rank 5 these Cosmic Champs. Cosmic Ghost Rider especially, I have him at rank 3, and that has been incredible. Cosmic Ghost Rider, he's a big reason why I got the Mythic title, right here. This Mythic, overlay, I wouldn't have that if CGR, I probably wouldn't have that if CGR didn't exist. He really helped me get my Mythic title. I love Cosmic Ghost Rider so much, man. I really do. I think he is the most badass looking champion in the entire game. I love his look. But, I don't even feel the need to take Cosmic Ghost Rider rank 4 because he's so good at rank 3. He just already has so much damage. He's chilling at rank 3. I really don't see the need for him to be at rank 4. Hyperion, on the other hand, I really can see Hyperion being taken rank 4. Rank 5, I don't know. His prestige is pretty bad, so personally, I probably wouldn't do that. But I think Hyperion's going to be one of my next rank 4s. And I think Hyperion. I also gave him the shield because Hyperion can actually be really good on defense. Just with his power gain, if you get a bad AI, he can just go red and end your day. So Hyperion, I really like him. He's also really been growing on me as well from the previous Battlegrounds meta, the Power Shield meta. Hyperion just spamming special ones, those laser beams. You just watch the Incinerates melt them. It's wonderful. I love Hyperion. The problem with Hyperion, well, actually, the biggest pro and the biggest con with Hyperion are represented by these two icons right here. So the biggest pro with Hyperion is that he doesn't need SIGs. Like, it is a really, really, really bad investment to take Hyperion to SIG 200. Don't do that. Don't do that. SIG 20 is like 65% buff potency, and SIG 200 is like 75% buff potency. Like, it is a ridiculous scaling margin, which is a good thing, because SIG 20, you are good to go. Good to go. So you just gotta get him awakened, and he's chilling. So that's the best part about Hyperion. The worst part, though, is how luck based he is. He's very, very RNG dependent. So, you know, for Hyperion, to get Furies, it's RNG dependent based on your heavies. There's a chance to get a Fury on each of those hits. And then on your special one, the laser beams, it's a chance for those laser beams to apply Incinerates. And then on your special 2, the armor break is guaranteed, which is nice, but the stun is, again, only a chance. So for those RNG reasons, you know, Hyperion can just be... That's what I really don't like about Hyperion. That's the thing I've always hated about Hyperion, you know, whereas the rest of these champions, you know, their damage is guaranteed. There's no RNG involved. You just play them correctly, and you get the damage. Hyperion, you can heavy intercept your opponent 5 times in a row, and you can still just get unlucky and not get a Fury, you know? But, so that's just the problem with Hyperion. But even still, you know, like, he's still definitely 100% worth his tier. Like I said, I'm probably going to rank 4 him next. Not about next, but he's going to be definitely on my like next 3 champ radar for rank 4. I think he definitely deserves his tier, and CGR as well. Definitely this powerful. I just wouldn't rank 5 either of these champions. You know, I went and I had the choice to as well. I had the 4 to 5 Cosmic Gem, and it was only these 4 champions that were in contention for it. But yeah, these champions are still really good as well. And that is the Cosmic list. Alright, now let's do the outro. Alright guys, that is going to do it for the second tier list video of 2023. And I plan to continue doing one of these every single month for the rest of the year. So there should be 10 more coming your way. And again, please help me make these better by dropping a comment telling me how I can improve this tier list. What would you like to see changed? But don't just tell me why. Please give me a reason. Otherwise, you know, it's probably not going to get changed. But if you give me a good reason, evidence, video links showing me what you're talking about, boom, changes get made. Lots of changes get made. I read every single comment in preparation to making the next tier list. So if you want me to read your comment, this is the best place to leave one. That is going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for all the support lately, especially on these big tier list videos. It means the world to me to have the last one cross the 100K views threshold. That is just mind-boggling. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed this tier list and want to see more, thumbs up, subscribe. If you want to see more tier lists, hit the little bell if you want to be notified when the tier lists upload. That's going to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching and for supporting these videos. Peace out.